We all have dreams. Everyone has dreams. At any age, at any moment, you have dreams. And the key to having dreams is to turn those dreams into an ecstatic desire. An ecstatic desire is something that you really want, something you can't stop thinking about, something that flows joyfulness and ecstasy in your brain, even in the moment when you think about it, the moment you wake up, something that gives you a flow of life where everything else evaporates because you're so focused on that road trip. The moment you find that, the moment you find your ecstatic desire, you can't just choose it. You've got to find it. You've got to discover it. It's there. Everyone's ecstatic desire is different. The problem is we came out of a flawed education system with a fixed negative mindset, and most people then started to copy each other. Started to think, oh, well, maybe I like that, maybe I like that. No, it's within you. You have your own individual genius brain model. You have to access that to discover your ecstatic desire. And it's a combination of your passions, creativity, problem solving, hobbies. You combine all those and times it by 1,000 to get 1,000 points. That's kind of a process of how you find your ecstatic desire. It's something that I teach in my lessons. So, the moment you discover your ecstatic desire, you've already built a model. You've already built the deep learning model. This is what I call a deep learning machine. We've changed your brain into a deep learning machine. You already know the process of action towards a goal, action towards a desire. You know that. So the moment you discover what your ecstatic desire is in life, you just take the actions automatically. Straight away. We don't worry about failure and mistakes. We just do it because from there we're going to reflect, and it's through the reflection we can identify the gaps. And those gaps, in terms of why we made the mistake, we work to close those gaps. It could be something that we need to learn. That's where the reading and all that comes into it. That's where the activities, the skill sets, all these little things that you might need to do, or you may need to team up with somebody else. There's a lot of stuff that I do at the moment in AI and other stuff that, first of all, I don't have the skill sets to do, so I find the right person who's got the right values and I team up with them. Because I want to do other stuff. And so you find a way to get there. Now, here's the big moment. And everyone's going to face this. And I have read 45 self-made billionaires of the last 50 years. I've read their stories. I've done a lot of research on them because it became one of my hobbies to do that. I was just curious. And these self-made billionaires started really, really poor. They started at the bottom of the bottom. And they had a very strong dream, and they had a strong ecstatic desire, and they actioned, and they reflected, and they failed a lot. They failed and failed a lot. Now here's a big moment. A lot of people, what happens? They go through all this and they hit a crisis. You're going to hit a crisis because when the dream's high, when the desire's high, you're going to hit a crisis. That's the moment. That's the moment that's going to define you. That's the moment when most people fall away, can't handle the crisis, they walk away, this is not for me, can't handle the criticism, I can't handle this, I can't handle that, it's too hard, and they walk away. This is what most people do. The crisis, this moment of crisis is going to deliver you the inner genius, the inner side, because the desire is so strong and powerful. That desire is so strong, that wire is so strong and powerful. It's because you know this is your moment. When that's powerful, it's going to drive you to rise. And unfortunately, most people, what happens, they get involved in things, they do things. It may not necessarily be their ecstatic, but they do things. They hit the crisis. It's such a they can't handle and they fall away. Most people fall away. And then they say, yeah, I tried everything, I did everything, it didn't work because it's not for me. Bullshit. That moment of crisis, and every single one of those self-made billions that I've read hit a crisis, hit one of those low moments, hit one of those setbacks, one of those big moments that was really bad, that moment, believe it or not, is gold. That's one of the best moments. Trust me on this. Because you fighting out of that crisis is going to make you rise. It's going to define you. And that is where you're going to meet that other self. When your brain's saying, I give up, when your brain's saying, I can't do it anymore, when your brain's saying, that's it, that's the moment you keep going. Have you heard of David Goggins? Go and read his material, go and read his stuff. He's unbelievable. But he always talks about this, the moment when you want to stop, that's the moment you keep going. The moment you want to give up, that's the moment you keep going. The moment you hit crisis, that's when you keep going. Because they're the moments where you are being defined. They're the moments when you meet your other self. I heard a story from Arnold Schwarzenegger once, and he was talking to Muhammad Ali. And the story goes like, Arnold Schwarzenegger says, I do thousands and thousands of reps daily. How many reps do you do? And Ali goes to him, listen, I don't count. I only count the ones when it's really, really painful. So in other words, Ali never considered anything until it was really painful. They're the ones that he used to count. Everything else he didn't count. Because the moment where he was doing the reps and it was painful and he wanted to stop, that's the moment where he met his other self. If you look at all the greats in the world, it's through the crisis, through the moments where their brain was saying, no, you can't get through, no, everyone's criticizing, no. They're the moments where they keep going. They push through the pain, they overcome the barriers, and they rise and meet their other self. And unfortunately, when people land into that crisis, they fall away. They fall away, they walk away. Instead, that's your gold. That's your golden ticket. That's your moment to keep going, to rise, to meet, and get closer to your best self.